Hi, I'm Jenny Robertson, founder of the On Purpose Woman Global Community and founder and publisher of On Purpose Woman magazine. I'm sharing the speaker portion of our Connections Over Coffee gathering of the On Purpose Woman Global Community. Lori Pieper is speaking on New Year's resolutions, make them work for you. Lori is an author, inner joy coach, and the founder of Journey to Inner Joy. She guides women to live their lives with clarity, passion, and purpose. Her unique program combines the wisdom of ancient sages with modern science to create her personalized programs. Lori's clients find the courage to listen to their hearts, set appropriate boundaries, and make brave choices in alignment with their heart and soul, thus living their inner joy. You can find out more about Lori at journeytoinnerjoy.com, and that link is also in the text of this video, as well as the link to the On Purpose Woman Global Community. Lori, thank you for being here, and I'm looking forward to what you have to share with us today.
Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thank you for that introduction. I appreciate it. And thank you for inviting me to speak today. Being January, everybody, well, not everybody, a lot of people start thinking about New Year's resolutions. I do want to kind of turn this a little bit. It's not just about New Year's resolutions, but goals, because we set goals all year long, or if we're not, we should. And there's that word should. Because the first thing I want to talk about for making your resolutions or your goals work for you so that you can attain those goals is ask yourself what you really want. Because what I found working with some of my clients, also my own personal life and others, my friends, sometimes we make resolutions or set goals that are important to someone else. I actually know a woman whose husband told her she had to lose 20 pounds. Well, how motivated can you be if somebody's telling you that you need to lose weight because you don't look good? Mm-hmm. Right. So that right there, that's a sign that you've got to really think about what you want. So what's resonating with me? Why am I setting these goals? Why am I setting this New Year's resolution? So part of this is also we get through social media, through our friends, our family, we get conditioned, and we don't even realize we're being conditioned. There's a lot of body shaming out there. So we get conditioned to think if our body doesn't look like Jennifer Aniston or something, that, we need to lose weight, or we need to get healthy, or we need to, or we should. So that word should, anytime you find yourself using the word should, ask yourself, why is it should and not I want to? Should is to me, a red flag that your brain is telling you what you should be doing, when your heart and soul, your body, is saying it's really not for you. So that word should be explored. You want to look at why that is. And one of the things, I know you guys are all on purpose women, and you probably know this, but there are a lot of women who don't know how to tap into their body to get answers. Why is that important? It's important because your brain has two functions, two primary functions. One is to keep you alive and safe. And the other one is to make you right. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with being safe or being right? Well, safe can keep us stuck. You don't want to go there because, that's scary out there. Come on back in, come in, stay in your comfort zone, stay small. And then being right is great if it serves you. unfortunately, 90% of our thoughts are negative thoughts, and they're the same thoughts we had the day before and the day before and the day before, and they're going to be likely the same thoughts unless we change them in the future. So if our brain is trying to make us right about negative thoughts, that's taking us down a rabbit hole that we probably don't want to go to. So your brain wants you to be right. Your brain wants to keep you safe. So your body knows better what your heart and soul wants, and you need to blend those. And one way is to get clear. And I invite you all to just close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, expand your belly, let out with a sigh, and do that one more time. And if you bring your attention to your heart center, or maybe your stomach, our bodies talk to us, but we don't listen. We don't take the time to pay attention. So just asking yes, no questions. Do I feel I need to lose 20 pounds? Our brain will give us the socially conditioned answer. Our hearts will tell us what we really want. So I just wanted to do that very quickly there for you. You can go ahead and open your eyes. Try this, asking yourself if you want to eat some food that's really, really good for you, but you hate the flavor, versus do I want that piece of chocolate, but it's really bad for me. So ask yes or no questions, and you'll start, as you pay attention to how your body reacts, you'll start to get to know, it'll become louder and louder. So first thing for goals and resolutions is, do you really want it? Is this really for you? And then the next thing is, why do you want it? And some interesting answers can come up here, because why do I want it? Well, I want my partner to be happy, or I want my sister to be happy, or I want my, well, that's not really a good enough reason. It's nice to think like that, but if you're really trying to work on you, be a little more selfish, which, by the way, selfish isn't selfish. I actually have to tell you a quick story. A husband of one of my clients, I ran into him recently, and he said, "Lori, I don't know what you did, but my wife is so much happier. She went through my Amazing You workshop." And what's funny, and I love this because he's happier, but what was funny is she was setting boundaries for him. She was no longer doing as much for him, but that made her happier. And wow, people around you are happier. So selfish is necessary. It's not selfish, it's necessary. So why do you want to do this? What is the reason for doing it? If you don't have a good why for yourself, then chances of you being wildly successful in that goal are slim, because you're going to get sidelined. You're going to let things sideline you. So really think about what will happen if you achieve this goal. How are you going to feel? What will happen if you don't succeed the goal? And then journal on it. I forget who said it, but pen to paper, not journaling on your computer, because I just read a recent study, when you put pen to paper, it's more powerful. It sticks with you more. It becomes more real to your brain. So pen to paper, journal on what your life will look like when you have attained that goal. Here's the key. When you're journaling, put it in the present moment. Again, your brain wants you to be right? So if I'm sitting here saying, okay, I'm going to, I can't even think my goals right now. I'm going to post on Facebook every day. That's a business goal I have. Going to is not present moment. You're telling the brain you're not doing it now. But if I say, I am posting every day, I'm inspiring women every day. My brain wants me to be right, and so it will do what it can to make it happen. So your brain, you want your brain to be on your side. And you have to do that by acting as if and speaking as if you are already doing that which your goals are going to bring you, if that makes sense. Then also have a plan. When in college, my friends and I, we all smoked, and every year we would give up smoking for our New Year's resolution, and every year it failed. Why? Because we didn't really want to. And it wasn't until I had a plan, my senior year in college, I had a plan. I am quitting smoking. And I worked that plan. It sounds like a horrible plan, but for a month prior, I focused on people, the ugliest people in the bar, restaurant, because then you could smoke in bars and restaurants. And I just kept saying how disgusting that is, how disgusting that smoking is. Whereas my brain, that was shifting that I'm cool. I'm cool, right? So we smoked because we thought we were cool. So changing that and shifting that, when it came time, the date for me to quit smoking, I was so disgusted about smoking and how I smelled that it was easy for me to give it up. And I never looked back. I never wanted to smoke again. So having a plan and keeping it simple. I am really bad about New Year's resolutions and thinking, okay, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. And I've got 10 things that I'm going to do, and I'm going to do them every day. You know what? Even though I know that the brain's going to sabotage me, I still, for some reason, I still do it. It's a bad habit that I'm going to get out of. So small chunks. I want to be part of that miracle morning, getting up at 5 a.m. and meditating and working out and reading and having all this stuff done by 8 in the morning. But I also know that I'm not a morning person, so maybe 5 a.m. isn't going to work for me. And maybe I need to get up earlier, like a half an hour earlier each morning until I reach that goal versus trying to go directly to 5 in the morning. So having a plan, keeping it simple, making it doable. The more we put on our plate without giving ourselves time to our body and our mind to adjust to those changes, we're going to end up failing. I hate to say the word failing, but that's kind of what people resonate with. Oh, I failed. Well, no, you didn't fail. You just didn't do exactly what you said you were going to do. So make a choice again. Choose again. Do I continue? Do I keep trying? Am I going to do this or am I not? Is it now important to me? Is it not? So looking at where you're at. Yeah, I really want to do this, but okay, I didn't do this today. Oh, I didn't do it all last week. Okay, well, I can reset. You can reset. And a good way to add something into your day, a goal or resolution, and make it work is to add it as part of your morning routine. So morning routine or routine in general, but typically for instance, for my meditation clients, this is combining the keep it simple as well as adding it to your routine. I suggest when you wake up in the morning, try to get up a little, before anybody else is awake, because otherwise you might get distracted. So the plan is get up a little earlier if you can. Let people know that when your door is closed, that you're not to be disturbed for 5 minutes. Do it only for 5 minutes to start, because when we're in a hurry and we're running late, 5 minutes seems like it goes by in no time, right? It's like I don't have time. I only have 5 minutes. But when we sit down to meditate for the first time, it seems like a lifetime. Quiet. Oh my gosh, what do I do? So starting small, 5 minutes a day, get up, go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, make your coffee, start the coffee, sit down and meditate. So it's part of the routine. It makes it easier because once you get into a routine, a groove, then it's easier to stick with it. So, gosh, I'm like way ahead of myself here. Does anybody have any questions, or do we want to? I do have a section here about why we sometimes fail, but I think we can, I added it into what was above. So we usually fail if we fail to plan. If we just say, well, we're going to do this, but our heart is not in it, that's a really, really big thing. If our heart is not in it, we're not going to have that commitment to make it happen. I signed up for the 100 days with Jenny last year, and I missed like 3 days, and then I gave up. I'm like, oh, I can't get caught up, so I'm just going to give up. Well, that wasn't a good choice, and I won't make that choice again the next time. So giving up, your brain feeling like you're not good enough. There's oftentimes when we say we're going to do something for our health, a lot of times we are unaware of it. This is when I work with my clients. I help them to be aware of why are you not doing what you know you want to do? And there's something deep-seated. I worked with a client who hated clutter, but she couldn't bring herself to declutter. And after having some conversations, asking a few questions, it came out that when she was bad as a little girl, when she got in trouble, she was told to go to her room and clean. So to her, cleaning was a punishment. So we make these associations we're making all throughout our life, but we don't actually realize that we have these associations that are holding us back. That's our brain keeping us safe. So, doing something that someone else wants us to do. Social media, the social conditioning of, oh, you have to do this. If you want to be happy and popular and successful and blah, blah, you have to do X, Y, Z. And that's not true. I really loved what Joanne was saying this at the beginning of our meeting, the On Purpose Women meeting, where we feel, and I could relate to this. Growing up, I was quiet, I was shy, I was religious. And I never felt like I fit in. So I stayed small. I stayed quiet. So these are things that you don't really realize until somebody mentions it, or somebody helps you to bring it out, or you do some introspection. And again, journaling is a great way to do that. Ask yourself 7 layers of why. If you I decide to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever it is. And then I ask myself why. Write it in your journal, why. And answer it in your journal. Go 7 layers. I heard this in my coaching training, 7 layers of why. Because when you get to level 4 and 5, the truth that for some reason doesn't want to come out starts coming out. You get to 6 and 7 and you're probably in tears because something has really come up. And that's how we make breakthroughs. So journaling, why, write it down why, then answer it, written on the page, do 7 levels. It can be scary getting past 4 and 5. So anyway, with that, I could ramble on here, but I don't want to take up people's time. If we want to open for questions.
Lori, I want to turn off the recording before we take questions or comments, but I would like everybody here with us on Zoom to unmute yourself so we can applaud Lori and thank her for this wonderful information to just share with us. So are you all ready? Let's go. Woo, Lori, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to thank anyone who's watching this live or the replay on our YouTube channel. If you want to join us for one of our Zoom or in-person gatherings, go to my website, opwgc.com, where you can find out all about our community and the magazine. And that link is also in the text of this video.